Heyo, Cool Skeleton 111 here. How y'all doing? Alright. Well, today, we're getting back into Ace Attorney. Alright. So, I believe a trial is coming up. And we don't really have much information to go on, except for a singular key. Alright. Well, are you all ready to get into it? Here we go! Oh, hold on a sec. I swear I set this stuff up. One moment. Technical difficulties. There we go. Alright. And it looks like the audio is working. And please be aware, there will be some very awkward voice acting. Alright. Audio is okay for everybody? Alright. June 21st, 9:48 a.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby number 3.
What? Prosecutor Von Karma? You mean?
No. I heard it's his successor this time.
Successor? Manfred Von Karma was a really sinister man. He pulled all sorts of nasty tricks. Also, he could win.
He was a man obsessed with his word. Obsessed with the word of perfection. He had a perfect record for 40 long years. Who knows what sorts of dirty tricks he used to get each of those guilty verdicts. And now, his successor, I wonder what kind of person they will turn out to be.
It's no good. Mystic Maya! Curly! You showed up! Thanks for coming out this way! I was really worried about you. Hey! Where's your mother? Didn't you two come together? Mother is watching over the trainees. She said they have training for 2 days straight with no breaks. Huh? Then, you came all by yourself? Yep. I snuck out to the manor and followed a map.
Don't tell me you walked all the way here.
Of course not. I ran.
I can't. Oh my. If it takes 2 hours by train. Oh man.
Really? What about the train? Huh? What's a train?
I give up.
It's time, isn't it? I'm really scared. What if Von Karma tries to do something to me? At least, I know Mr. Edgeworth would be nicer to me than Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth? Who's that? fierce rival. Well, he's also a friend.
Just a friend.
Objection!
I still remember him as though I'd seen him only yesterday.
Objection!
Every trial was a scorchingly fierce battle until the very end.
Objection! Objection!
It was always back and forth with them. But they're rivals for life.
Maya! Please don't mention that name ever again.
But why, Nick?
I'm sorry, Maya. I forgot you don't know. He's gone. And he's not coming back.
Wait a second! What's that supposed to mean?
Court will commence shortly. Please proceed into the room. The courtroom. Let's go. Now's not the time to talk about that anyway.
Nick?
June 21st, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Who is that? Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fee. Are the prosecution and the defense prepared? What is with this kid? Here! Mr. Wright! Are you prepared? Yes, Your Honor. Why does he always seem mad at me? Let's see. Try to get the voice. Mr. Phoenix Wright. You must be a little shocked, because I'm a woman, correct? Hold on. So she's the famed successor to Prosecutor von Karma? I am Franziska von Gama, the prodigy. I see. I gave up on promising career in Germany, and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Revenge? Is this about her father, Manfred von Karma? If it's something of personal nature, I'm sure you can... I am talking. If you interrupt again, my whip will do the speaking for me. Please speak with your mouth like a normal person. I beg of you. Make no mistake. I will defeat you. Prepare to go down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Prosecutor von Karma, your opening statement, please. Those of von Karma blood have only one fate, and that is affliction. The defendant Maya Fey will find no escape from her guilt on my watch. What is the defense's position? Your Honor. Does the defense wish to enter a plea of not guilty? Yes? Foolish fool. Who foolishly dreams of foolish dreams. Jeez. 10 minutes. I give the defense 10 minutes before it changes its plea.
That's right. I'll have you running for the justified self-defense plea in no time.
Justified self-defense? A plea unusually reserved for when a person unintentionally kills in defense of themselves. We could very easily make a solid case, that is, with self-defense, that it was self-defense, but the defense stands by the plea of not guilty, Your Honor. Because to plead to justified self-defense is to say you did kill someone.
Foolish. If that's how you want to play it, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I shall now call the first witness.
She's just as scary as her father. Like father, like daughter, I suppose.
Witness, your name and occupation?
Yes, sir. My name is Dick Gumshoe. I'm a detective at the local precinct.
Get to the point already. Explain to the court the details of this murder.
Yes, sir. If everyone would please look at this map. Channeling chamber has no windows, and the door was locked shut. At the time of the murder, only the victim and the defendant were in the room. What were they doing in there? They were channeling a spirit, sir. Channeling a spirit? That's quite the look of disbelief there, Your Honor. Anyway, a few minutes after the channeling started, gunshots were heard coming from inside the room, sir. A few of the witnesses broke the door down and rushed into the room. And that's when they found the victim was already dead, correct? I believe this is one of the most open and shut cases I have ever presided over. Floor plans out of the court record. So, how was the victim killed? I was about to get to that.
Stop wasting my time, then.
Cause of death. The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. The shot was fired from point-blank range. But before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. So the victim was stabbed before being shot? This is the victim's autopsy report, sir. Autopsy report added to the court record. The court accepts it into evidence, Mr. Wright. You may question the witness. We have to save. Let's take a quick look at the evidence real quick. Autopsy report. After being stabbed in the chest, he was shot in the forehead. was stabbed first before he was shot?
Yep, sure as can be. One look at his wounds and you'd come to the same conclusion too, pal.
A fool is a fool who will only listen to the foolish opinions of other fools. Fool. A pistol shot to the forehead at point blank is certainly enough to kill instantly. Does it matter, then, which was first? Think a little more before you open that big mouth of yours, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What a pain. Nothing sounds out of place so far. I should try to learn more about the murder weapons for now. Alright, guess we keep pressing. The murder weapon, Detective Gumshoe? Whose pistol was it?
It was the victims.
The victims? Now why would he have...
Why would he have a pistol? Who cares? The point that you're missing is whose fingerprints are on that pistol. If you're not already paying attention to that, then I suggest you start.
Fingerprints? There are fingerprints? Along with the victims. The defendant, Maya Fey. Maya Fey's were also on the grip, sir. So the defendant's fingerprints were left on the murder weapon?
Yeah, I walked right into her hands there. Stabbed. And what was he stabbed with?
A fruit knife. I see. And whose knife was it? It looks to belong to the face, sir. And of course, my face fingerprints are all over it. All over it, eh?
This does not look good.
What will you do now, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
How severe was the wound?
If it had been half an inch more to the right, it would have hit the victim's heart. After a stab like that, it's impossible to fight back, let alone stand.
This testimony makes it sound like Maya had stabbed him with the intent to kill. Point blank, huh? So about how far away is that?
It's anywhere between 12 to 20 inches away.
And how do you know he was shot at point blank?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, I grew tired of the foolish foolery of the fools.
Excuse me?
Gunpowder burn.
Gunpowder burn?
When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole.
Gunpowder exploding is what makes a bullet fire. And that gets real hot, pal. There was definitely some gunpowder burns left on the victim's forehead.
Wow. Never knew that. Live and learn. Never knew that. Live and learn, I guess.
That's enough! We have clearly established how the victim was murdered. I brought the two murder weapons with me today. Well, the court accepts them into evidence.
Pistol entered the court record. Knife added to the court record.
The date and time of death was June 19th at 3:15 p.m. Eyewitnesses claim to have heard 2 gunshots at this time.
And 2 murder weapons, both with the defendant's fingerprints on them, huh? This does seem like an open and shut case.
Naturally.
This is going from bad to worse. As if the summary just now wasn't oversimplifying things to the extreme.
Your Honor, feel free to slam that little gavel of yours. After all, there is no room left for doubt, is there?
That is quite true, Mr. Wright.
Yes?
Even in the face of all this, do you still wish to plead not guilty? Is the opinion of this court that you do not adjust your plea? You stand to lose.
See? Just as I promised. Mr. Phoenix Wright. You would change your plea in less than 10 minutes.
What will you do, Mr. Wright? Will you change to justified self-defense? Because now would be a good time to do so. This is your final chance.
This is a huge decision. I better think this through all the way. I'm gonna say not guilty. If we plead justified self-defense, we would basically be confessing to the murder, just like you said earlier. After the trial, Maya's life would be ruined. She'd be labeled a murderer. I can't let that happen. Your Honor.
Have you reached a conclusion, Mr. Wright?
The defense will not change its plea. We will accept nothing short of complete acquittal. Ow!
You have sealed your fate, Mr. Phoenix Wright, detective.
Oh, detective!
Yes, sir.
Present the final portion of your testimony. The final strike.
Yes, sir. Now, see here. Things are run by. Hey! Oh, yes, of course. Go ahead, detective, and give your testimony.
I think the court would like to hear about the other piece of incriminating evidence. Hello, one. Welcome in. How you doing?
All right. Let's see here. Incriminating evidence.
Sorry, pal, but there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. This isn't a costume that the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. As you can see, it's covered in blood. The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. So, this is the costume. There certainly is evidence of a back spray of blood on this. This piece directly links Maya Fey to the crime, sir. I see. The court accepts this as evidence.
Maya's costume added to the court record.
All right, Mr. Wright.
Maya's fingerprints are on both murder weapons, and blood splatters are on her clothes. Could this situation get any worse?
What? What's wrong? You seem to be at a loss. I think this is the last piece of testimony the prosecution should have to offer. Feel free to soak with your tail between your legs, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Please stop calling me by my full name. It's disturbing. Incriminating evidence. Alright, gonna save here. Alright, well, hold on. Let me take a closer look. Close. Hold on a sec.
Hold it!
That was the gun the doctor was holding. At least I think he was holding. Or had custody of. So he could have fought back. He wasn't fighting back? How do you know if he was or wasn't?
We could find no evidence that the victim put up any sort of struggle, pal. So did the murderer have a fight with the victim or not? Depending on this, the circumstances around this murder changed drastically.
Ugh. We're in real trouble now. If we had something to prove that the victim did fight back. That Von Karma, she thinks she can decide the verdict with this testimony alone. Well, I'll find a critical contradiction somehow, and then I'll let her have it.
Hold it!
Maya's costume?
Yeah, she was wearing this when we arrested her.
Maya. She's wearing her channeling costume today, too. Is she not allowed to wear anything else? No, thank you. Alright, do we have any evidence? Shows that he fought back. I think the gun might be doing it. There's only a singular shot. At least that's what it seems like here. I'm going to present the gun here. I don't think that's it, but... yeah, I think we need to... I think we need to get more information. Why didn't you say so in your testimony earlier?
You're kinda scary today, you know, pal. Calm down, Mr. Wright. There's no need for that kind of attitude in my court. Alright, just please stop glaring at me like that.
Hold it!
this blood on the costume?
Lab results showed that it's the victim's blood. So there's blood from the victim on the defendant's clothes.
Definitely not good. So were there any other clues you could glean from this piece of evidence?
Well...
Objection!
If you must change the topic, then the good detective here must testify again. But too bad, not enough time. Let's move on.
Ah, yes! Miss Van Gogh is perfectly correct.
Yeah. Now even the judge is on our side. But if I bite off more than I can chew here, what should I do? Press further. Why is Miss Von Karma suddenly putting up resistance? There must be a reason as to why she suddenly threw out an objection like that. There must be something about this costume. I just have to look harder.
Mr. Wright! Miss Van Gogh's logic is perfect. There's no way for you to poke a hole in it.
Poke a hole, you say? Looks like my time is up. So about the costume. There is one little thing. Your Honor. Actually, there is something very wrong with this piece of evidence.
Really? What are you talking about, pal? Where is this problem you're talking about?
I've come this far. There's no turning back now. The problem I have with this piece of evidence is here. Hold.
Take that!
I asked the court to please take a look at the sleeve of this costume.
This thing. Hey! There's a tiny hole here. A hole? That wasn't in the report. Oh, there. Says the red hole. It smells faintly of gunpowder. Gunpowder? No one ever told me. Oh, but it smells of gunpowder.
It looks like I found the hole I was looking for. Your Honor, the only logical conclusion you can make is that it must be a bullet hole.
Order! This is a fairly grave matter. It's best we correct the court record first. More anything else.
Maya's costume updated in the court record.
Sorry about that. I guess we messed up, sir.
Is she actually smiling? What else is she hiding?
Pull yourself together, detective. That tiny hole doesn't change a thing. The strength of the evidence still holds. Continue with your testimony. That just now was a fluke. Nothing more.
Objection!
How can you say something like that? This is a huge oversight.
Well, I agree it is a mistake on the part of the believers. What Prosecutor Von Karma said is true. The evidence still stands. If you do not find a more definitive problem with the evidence, then...
No way!
Detective Gumshoe, please continue with your testimony. Yes, sir.
Okay, now I believe here we can present this.
Objection!
Detective Dick Gumshoe.
Yes? Hey, having you call me by my full name is kind of weird feeling.
You said that my client killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back.
Yeah, I did.
Then what, may I ask, is this bullet hole you police overlooked supposed to mean?
What does it mean?
I'll tell you what it means. It means that the victim had fired off a shot. Is this what it means to not fight back? Well, thank you, Juan, for the positive words.
You're right. It seems you are correct. If the victim had tried to shoot the defendant, then it would change everything.
Alright, the wind seems to be shifting. Huh. What is with that? What are you finished? Are you finished yet, laugh?
Are you finished yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Miss Von Kirby?
It seems that my affair was shot by the victim. However, that is only grounds enough to support a justified self-defense plea.
That's correct.
But I'm sure you remember, Your Honor, what the defense clearly said. They rejected justified self-defense and pleaded not guilty.
No, that's it. Wait, that's right.
Ow.
Which means the defense has yet to prove anything at all.
No!
Well, yes, that's true.
Furthermore, just the fact that there's a bullet hole in the costume.
Hello, Ritsu. Welcome in. How you doing?
It's not enough to substantiate even a plea of justified self-defense.
Hey, so
Oh, that's a really good time.
Don't just stand there. Be up and tell the court of what transpired that day.
I haven't actually played Star Rail myself, but I heard it's like a gotcha game or something like that. Yeah, I hope you get that banner.
With the new information we acquired added in, of course.
Wrong voice.
You mean by myself? You want me to put together the scenario all by myself? No! Yes, sir. Right away.
What transpired?
During the channeling, the defendant saw a chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close to be, he missed. The defendant then picked up on the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it. This scenario you put together does make sense. Yes, sir. Hey, Mr. Wright.
On the surface, it does seem to make sense. However, I won't give up that easily.
Please refrain from glaring at me like that. Now then, your cross-examination, please.
What transpired? Going to save. So he was stabbed, but the victim's stab wound. So he was stabbed, but the stab wound didn't kill him.
But if you think about the blood loss, he was probably hurt pretty bad.
How badly would you say he was hurt? And we saw this in the last one.
Actually, I went to give blood the other day. And afterward, I felt a little lightheaded and dizzy. I guess the damage was maybe about 10 times the dizziness. Sorry.
So you're saying that the bullet hole in this costume was made then?
Sorry, pal, but yeah, that's what I think. The two of them were already fighting when a shot was fired.
Maya, I'm really glad you weren't hurt. There's quite a difference in height between Dr. Gray and the defendant. And added body strength, and it would seem unlikely the defendant could have stabbed the victim.
Now that you mention it, yeah, I guess.
You think you can get away with such flimsy reasoning? Mr. Phoenix Wright. My affair was the middle of channeling, was she not? When channeling with the crane channeling technique, the medium physically changes. With the nurse's build, the defendant could have easily been a match for the doctor.
I don't believe it. She even studied up on the crane channeling technique.
Like I said before, I am perfect.
About what you were talking about, I didn't quite get it. Never mind. Let's continue with the testimony.
Skip through this. the world did the pistol come from?
It looks like the victim, Dr. Gray, had specifically bought it for that day.
But a handgun?
He got it off the black market about 2 days before the murder.
Why did Dr. Gray bring a gun? Was he taking precautions against something?
Hold it!
Maya has never fired a gun before in her life.
The victim had already taken off the safety. With the safety off, even an amateur like you could fire it just by pulling the trigger.
Even me. I wonder...
Now do you understand? A von Karma logic is perfect.
His testimony certainly makes us look very bad. But there's gotta be a contradiction in there somewhere. And uncovering it is going to uncover the truth. I can feel it! I will save so we do not have to go through all that again. Let's see, taking a look at the evidence. I'm not too sure what to do here. You know, I'm just gonna present something.
Objection!
Yeah, no.
Objection!
Nope, not that either. Alright, if we get too stuck, I am allowing myself to use a walkthrough. Right, we'll do maybe 2 more tries.
Objection!
Nope, that ain't it. I'm just gonna continue. His testimony makes us look very bad. There's gotta be conviction in there somewhere. Maybe. Okay, hold on. So he missed, but there's a bullet hole on the sleeve, so he technically hit something.
Objection!
Missing the tiny hole in this costume will be the prosecution's undoing.
Hey! What do you mean?
This little hole has actually created a huge hole in your testimony.
Explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
You said the two of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. If that were true, then where is the gunpowder burn on this costume?
Gunpowder burn?
This is what you testified earlier. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Where there is not a single trace of gunpowder burn on this costume.
That is a very good point. And what exactly does this mean?
It means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other.
Hey!
Objection!
I'm disappointed, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You think you can punch a hole in my logic with that? With what you're thinking like that? Anyone can explain anything that way.
Then I implore you to disprove my line of thinking.
Let's see. In the middle of their fight, the victim pushed the defendant away. And it was then, when they were separated, that they fired. How was that?
Objection!
As if that was even possible. According to the testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. The victim would have not had the strength to push the defendant very far after that.
Well, then... That's right. The defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must have put some space between the doctor and herself. And then, while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took his shot. There, that would satisfy even you.
Hey! That does make an awful lot of sense. What do you think, Mr. Wright?
I must be careful. I can't afford to make a mistake here. Concentrate and think. Okay, well, something doesn't make sense. There is a fatal flaw in our argument, Your Honor.
Fatal? Yeah!
Very interesting. I would love to see where this flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation.
There has to be a snag in our explanation somewhere. She put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. And when she was about to strike, the doctor took his shot. There must be a piece of evidence that contradicts this line of thinking. Probably this.
Take that!
This is the piece of evidence that destroys your logic.
What's that? A folding screen?
I would like to point to the court's attention to the hole in this folding screen. Oh, well, thanks. No, I haven't really studied voice acting, but I feel like it has something to do with, like, emotions and trying to become the character and whatever. Yeah. But, yeah, I'm just trying to make it entertaining for y'all. To be honest, I kind of do have a more feminine voice in real life, but I just want to be me. Alright. It looks like you already know what I'm talking about.
Who? Where? What? Mr. Wright, your explanation, please.
Were these two really that clueless? The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen. It was through at a height of approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means when the shot was fired, Maya, the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, but was actually squatting low to the ground.
Oh no! This changes everything!
Please look at this diagram of the crime scene. The victim, Gray, was here when he fired the shot, and the bullet hit this folding screen. It hit at this location and about 8 inches off the ground. At this time, the defendant was in this area. Excuse me. So, defendant Maya Fey. Hey! What you doing that for? I ain't got no meat on these bones. Okay, so Maya was here? Somewhere around here.
Hey!
Uh-oh, the judge didn't like that.
Wait! I just realized I forgot to brush this morning. Excuse me while I freshen up.
Sure.
In the meantime, I want you to think things through again.
Of course. Whoopsies. Right, let's try this again. So Maya was back here.
And the folding screen.
The victim and his attacker were fighting, were they not? Then what would the attacker be doing all the way back there? Besides, if the attacker was behind the folding screen, then how could the victim even know where to shoot? It's obviously impossible.
Yeah, I guess so.
Mr. Wright!
Boy, did I just screw up royally. Alright, let's try this again for... Alright, defendant was... here? She was standing here, next to the folding screen.
Wait a second! We know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet hole. But how can you gauge the distance from that?
Isn't it possible that the defendant was standing much closer to the
Isn't it possible that the defendant was standing much closer to the victim?
That's impossible.
That's right!
You, of all people, should know the answer to that question, Miss Von Karma. If she were shot from somewhere closer, there would be gunpowder burns present. However, there's nothing of the sort around the bullet hole on this costume.
Curse you! Mr. Phoenix Wright, you...
I believe it has now been proven that the defendant was standing a ways from the victim when she was shot. But do you think this has changed the defendant's situation?
It changes everything. Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything. The prosecution has claimed that the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with the knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant holding at the time?
Squatting all the way by the folding screen.
Exactly. If Maya Fey was the real murderer, why would she be by the folding screen instead of preparing to strike?
Upon further consideration, it does make me very little sense. Here, I figure there had to be a reason.
Figuring things out and proving the logic behind everything is your job! Alright! With this, the rest of the trial should be by the... Blast radius of disaster.
You are such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright. To think that you've been able to take a completely hopeless case to this point. Now I know why Papa had a tough time with you. You amuse me.
Of all the things to inherit, why did it have to be the smarmy smile?
Detective, I'll tell you damaged my perfect logic.
How's it my fault?
You can start repairing your standing by first removing that 3-strand goatee. Oh, and rest assured, your punishment will come later.
What is it?
Well then, Your Honor, I think I've had all I can take of this detective face. I think it's time to call in the next witness.
Next witness? That's gonna be Lotta.
Well, the court will take a 5-minute recess. After we reconvene, we will hear from the next witness.
To be continued. Yes, we shall save. June 21st, 11:37 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3. That was a close one.
I know! You were giving it your all to defend me. I can feel the death penalty hanging in the air.
I feel like I was pretty close to dying myself.
You were wonderful out there. You listened carefully, made theories, and tricked everyone into believing you.
Thanks. Wait, tricked?
That must be the liar's secret technique, right? Wait! Is the next witness who I think it is?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lotta Hart.
Oh. I guess there's no escaping her, huh? Remember, Nick! You promised me you'd save me! If you lose, me and my sis's ghost will come after you and haunt you! Your sister? Are you talking about Mystic Maya? Mia? Yeah! Do you remember her, Pearly? My sister was a super good lawyer! She was also Nick's teacher! Oh! I didn't know that!
June 21st, 11:43 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 2.
Right, we're now reconvene. Now to the first order of... Yeah!
I don't want to hear it, old man. After I caught my witness, sit there quietly and watch like a good little boy.
I don't think I've heard of him before. It's probably one of the, either the 3DS games that I haven't touched yet, or that spin-off series? I'm not sure. There's like this one Sherlock Holmes, or Sholmes? Is that his name? I've only seen a bit of the lore.
After I go away.
Yes, sir.
Bring the photographer who witnessed the channeling.
Oh, that. Oh, yeah, now I remember. Yeah, so that was definitely in one of the 3DS games, since I've just played that. I'm trying to remember. I think it was like Spirit of Justice or something. That's where, like, they go to Ukraine and have this whole conflict in that area. Yeah. An interesting case. Probably just filler, though. It's alright.
A witness, your name and occupation, if you please.
Hey, Phoenix! How you doing?
Just fine.
Sorry about this. Didn't exactly have a choice, you know. Yowza!
Name and occupation.
I declare! Woman tarnation! Hey, Judge! This here is a violence against my favorite city!
That's fine.
That's fine! That ain't violent, that's a whip! Yeah!
There's no need for foolish outcries from foolish fools. Fool. Just hurry up and testify about what happened on that day of the murder.
I ain't even gotten to say my name and job yet! Name's Lotta Hart, paranormal photographer, and I'm here to testify!
Hello. Let's all be one big happy family, okay?
Witness account.
Holy dog! Yeah, the defendant went into the challenge chamber.
We were waiting outside the door, and then bang! We heard this gunshot. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down, and we rushed into the room. Inside was a dead victim, and the defendant waving a pistol around. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room.
And did you take a picture of the scene right after the murder took place?
Reckon course.
Excuse me?
Reckon course. In short, for you reckon, of course I did. Ah!
Does it look like I care? Just hurry up and show the picture to the court.
The moment of truth. What will be in that picture? Let's see here. This here's the picture.
It would certainly seem that only the defendant and the victim were in that room.
Lotta's photo added the court record.
Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
I will clear all doubt about Maya through this cross-examination. Just watch me. Witness's account. And here we go. Saving. Are you absolutely certain of that? Sure am! That's old witch chased us out of the room, so... Old witch? Does she mean Morgan Fay? There was no one else in there! And you know it! Challenge him was very dark, almost pitch black. Was there really no one else in there? In there? What about it? What about behind the folding screen? Did you check back there? Wreck given! Huh? What in the... Wreck given, you know? You reckon? That's a given! Took me a good look around. Some room once. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that folding screen.
If I may have a word with you, Miss Hart.
What? You got a problem?
Rick, Kevin. I'm having a little difficulty in understanding you. If you would stop saying such thing as rare.
Now then, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Do you see a problem with the testimony, or don't you?
Her story adds up. What's worse, I was there at the scene of the crime with her. Her story is exactly how I would have told it too. I guess we'll just have to keep pressing on everything. Was it really only those two that went in?
Objection!
What are you blabbering about? You were there too, were you not? Why don't you answer that yourself? Was it really just the two of them?
Yes, Dr. Gray and Maya were the only ones that went into the room.
Oh, then we can't have the defense testifying against its own client.
Anyway, folks, only two of them went into the channeling chamber, you hear?
But you knew that from the very beginning, did you not, witness? Continue.
Is it really a gunshot?
Objection!
Are you insane? You must have heard it as well. Why don't you testify for the court, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Was it really a gunshot?
Yes, I think it was something that sounded like a gunshot.
And why are we here listening to the defense testify?
And the world becomes just a little crueler.
I heard a gunshot a long time ago, so I know. And I tell you, that was a gunshot I heard. Now this is where the story heats up.
So let me get this straight. This Mr. Lawyer there broke down the door?
Honestly, Mr. Phoenix Wright, why don't you tell us what happened there?
Yes, Miss Karma. I broke down the door. Sorry. Why does this feel like an inquisition?
No need for apologizing. That was great. You were a real man.
Oh, really? That's something I would like to see.
The judge is smiling rather openly. I'll take that as a good sign.
And what did you see once you broke in?
Are you sure it was the defendant, Maya Fey?
Sure, I'm sure.
Lana seems awful confident in her testimony. Press harder. Lana, please think back to that day one more time.
What you getting at?
Remember what you said when we broke into the room?
I was murdered.
Lana, at a time like this?
Times like these are perfect for snapping up shots. But anyway, what's going on here? This gal, is she mine?
When you saw the murder at that time, you couldn't even tell if it was Maya Fey or not. Am I correct?
Well, you see...
Carter! Miss Hurd, you're here to present accurate testimony.
Yeah, so sorry.
Good. But this shifts things back to my side.
For a defense lawyer, your defense is terribly lacking. Mr. Phoenix Wright. Witness, think back to when those two entered the channeling chamber.
When they entered?
One of those people that entered the chamber was Maya Fey, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was Maya that went in.
It looks like we come to the collective decision. The person in this picture is most certainly Maya Fey.
Exactly.
Rats. And I'm trapped like one. Again. Ah. Just as I thought. There's nothing wrong with her testimony. I was with her, so I know she's telling the truth.
Enough! It seems that there are no issues with Miss Hart's testimony.
At the time of the crime, the only two people were in the channeling chamber. The victim, Dr. Tonogre, and the defendant, Maya Fey.
The face of the defendant cannot be verified in this picture. However, when you think about the circumstances, it would have to be the defendant.
What am I going to do? If I just let this go...
What is it, Mr. Ray? You look as if you have something to say.
If I make one wrong move, I'm going to have the judge against me. Is there anything I can present that would prove that it's not Maya in that photo? I don't think we have anything. So I can't really see the thing clearly. We're just gonna have to say... Well, I'm saving first. I can't present anything just yet.
Mr. Wright?
Nothing, Your Honor.
That's very smart of you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You really should give up trying to prove this is not Maya Fey.
I didn't say anything about giving up. I just don't have the right piece of evidence to prove my argument.
That's enough!
Is this it? Is this all I could do?
I think it's quite obvious to this court that a verdict of not guilty is not possible.
I told you, totally 100% impossible.
Mr. Van Gerber, do you have anything further questions for this witness?
Having established the defendant's guilt, further questioning won't be needed.
What about the defense? No further questions, I presume?
I couldn't protect Maya. The defense...
Phoenix, you can't make that kind of face. A lawyer is someone who smiles, no matter how bad it gets.
Mia! What happened? What happened? I don't like this.
I guess I made it just in time. Wouldn't you say?
But... Pearls?
Her clothes are a bit small. Anyway, what are you waiting for, Phoenix? Let's go!
But how? She's already taken away every single advantage.
The advantage is still in your hands. Think carefully, one more time, about what you saw in the channeling chamber. Do you remember what you told me yesterday?
To Dr. Gray!
He was murdered.
What? 2 photos.
lot at a time like this. Times like these are perfect for sniping up shots. You see, there's one final piece to this puzzle. Mia? Question Lotta one more time, Phoenix. Don't know if she's doing it unconsciously or on purpose, but she's not testifying truthfully.
Now then, this court would like to end the cross-examination period.
Please wait, Your Honor. The defense would like to request that the witness testify one more time.
Overruled. I'm afraid you're too late, Mr. Wright. The cross-examination is already ended. Furthermore,
It's fine. I'll allow another testimony. Eva Garma's case is perfect. Absolutely flawless. And what better time than this for you to see that?
But Wright, I mean, I have some place I must go after this. All right, I'll allow it. Miss Hart, how do you give another testimony?
Well, heck! What am I supposed to talk about? Please tell us once more what happened when you burst into the channeling chamber.
Okay, you got it.
See? You got through the judge somehow, right?
Well, actually, it was Von Karma's whip that got through him. Witness's account, Part 2.
When we broke into that room, all I could focus on was Maya. I was, kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. But I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot.
Just a singular shot?
Nothing sounds different from before.
Some parts of her testimony were very vague. I should press her on those sections.
Struggle all you like as you taste the bitterness of your defeat. Well, amuse me with your useless questions, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm waiting.
Witness's account, Part 2. Alright, gonna save. And we're gonna press on 2, right?
Two what?
2 shots. You took 2 shots.
Wait, only one has been submitted as evidence.
Miss Hart, where's the other picture you have been withholding?
No, you got it all wrong. It's not me. I didn't mean anything bad. I know I can be a little mean, but I ain't evil.
Well, at least she knows herself.
Then why have you not shown this other picture to the court yet?
Well, ain't it obvious? That prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it.
What? Von Karma!
Miss Von Karma! You are under critical evidence!
Unforgivable, Von Karma. Suppressing evidence like this? You're as bad as your father. Your Honor, the defense asks the prosecutor von Karma be held in contempt of court.
Well, you...
Me? In contempt of court? You can't be serious.
But you hid evidence from the court on purpose. That's not fair!
Phoenix! Are you a lawyer or a schoolchild?
I'm so angry I lost my composure.
Von Karma, would you care to explain yourself to this court?
I thought this picture was not important, and thus felt no need to submit it. That's all.
How could you think?
The pictures were more or less the same. So why bother with the second one? I mean, it's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence.
More than trouble? That it's worth? How can you say that?
If you want to see it that badly, I'll submit it.
The Lotus photo, too, added to the court record. Well, that certainly is interesting.
What's this? What is this picture?
It's obviously the second picture the witness took that day at the scene of the crime. Well, it's a little off-center, but that's what you get with a novice amateur.
Hey, Essex. The important point is the person in this picture. This is most definitely not my affair. What is the meaning of this?
This might be the break I was looking for. Now, should I or should I not insist that the person in this picture is not my affair? Let's see. Should we drop it or insist it's not Maya? Because she was technically still channeling. Let's see. It's probably... We can't determine who it is just from the photo. It's no good. We've been through this many times.
This is not like you. Mr. Wright, why are you not objecting? The person in this photo is clearly not the defendant, and yet...
There's no way he can raise an objection and hope to leave.
Explain yourself!
Your Honor, would like for you to take a look at this picture.
What the... Where did you get this?
This was taken yesterday at the detention center's visitor room. This is Mr. Phoenix Wright, ex-defendant Maya Fey during his visit.
Maya Fey? What? Isn't this a totally different person? Yeah!
She looks this way. Because she is obviously in the middle of a channeling a spirit.
It's unbelievable that she can.
Yet, it is the truth. When Maya Fey is in that state, she can physically change into the person she is calling. Miss Von Karma, a word if I may.
Mia?
Taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal. Surely you must know that this picture can't be submitted as evidence. Obviously, I know this picture is illegal, but I never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place. What is she? From the moment I showed this picture to the court, this case became all mine. After all, this image has now been forever burned into the judge's mind.
I don't have even a single video line.
It looks like we've been had.
I don't claim to understand this, and I still cannot believe it. Are you saying that this person is the defendant Maya Fey?
If I give up here, the trial will end. But if I slip up and say something wrong, it'll cost me. Is there any way I can prove that this person in the picture is not Maya? I think I can prove it. Your Honor.
Oh, the finders return to your eyes, I see.
This picture. With this picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up until now.
A contradiction?
So, you think you spotted a problem with this picture? Then earn your keep. Why don't you point out exactly what is the issue?
The slave. Because it was shot, wasn't it? And this is after everything happened. Please direct your attention here.
To this thing here? But there isn't anything odd about it.
And that is exactly what is so odd. Something that should have been there is suddenly missing.
Should be there.
There was a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, then it should be in this picture as well.
Miss Von Karma, you intended to hide this valuable piece of evidence? You will certainly be assigned to penalty for this.
Alright. This should do some major damage to her argument. Don't celebrate yet. You like to bring the mood down, don't you?
Take a look at Miss Von Karma's face.
She's got that condescending grin plastered all over her face again.
Tisk tisk. Jumping the gun again, I see. Your Honor, I would like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools.
What do you mean? And what incompetent fools?
If those fools down at the precinct hadn't missed the boat, I would have but I never thought about it. As I didn't. I could not have known that this picture was of any value to this case.
Hey, is she?
She's lying through her teeth. I know it. That woman knew about everything. The bullet hole, picture, everything.
But you can't prove that. Franziska von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating. Don't you think? Your Honor, you need not worry. If you must assign affinity, I'll personally make sure that the detective gets what's coming. I'm sure there will be a great gnashing of teeth as this next salary discussion.
Poor gumshoe.
In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in its sleeve. However, from this photo, it would appear that right after the shooting, there was none.
The judge is confused by this strange twist of events. This is your chance, Phoenix. Load all you've got into this one shot, all right?
Got it. Watch this, Maya. Your Honor, there's only one logical explanation for the contradiction. Let's see, if it was made later, that wouldn't make too much sense. Because this is when Lotta shot the photo, so that's not it. The shooter was someone else. The picture is fake, but Lotta took it herself. So, I'm thinking this one's the one that makes most sense. The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person's clearly does not. There can only be one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but the different person altogether!
What?
Order! If one is not restored, I will suspend this trial!
Why?
The defense's argument is complete mess.
A complete mess? I fail to see how. Please, enlighten us.
Wait, miss.
The hit? Is that any way to ask a gal a favor?
Be quiet, you. You were the one who said it was only the two of them when you entered the room.
Well, you know.
If you were lying, I swear that my whip will be the last thing you see.
Look, says, you're looking mighty scary, so why don't we say I swear I wasn't lying or nothing. There wasn't anyone else there, honest.
You see, now fathom is this, Mr. Felix Wright. Where did the defendant vanish to? And where did this other woman appear from?
Why isn't lately all I want to do is cry?
Well, and the person in this picture is not the defendant, then this poses two very big questions. First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from?
That's right. Now hurry up and answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Come on. You can't fall apart here, Miss Phoenix Wright.
I can't believe that even Mia's calling me by my full name. But, I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this?
Not enough yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Oh, did you see? You have enough in you to turn things around even now.
To turn things around? That's right. Mia would always turn things around and change her perspective.
Phoenix?
So where did this intruder appear from? And where did Maya disappear to? I need to look at this situation from a different angle. Well, let's see. What if before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? And what if Maya had left that room somehow? If I could prove that either one of those conditions were true.
Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've come up with.
I think what happened before we forced our way into this channeling chamber is... a third person has entered it? Your Honor, I would like to present some evidence. I have proof that there was someone else in the room before the murder took place. Do I? I don't think I do, and I kinda messed up. Is it the key? Take that! Okay, yep, that's not it. Ouch. Okay, so probably not that. I think the way I'm going about this is all wrong. I'll start over. Okay. Something I can't explain yet. I'm sorry, but I simply can't.
You see? And the reason is quite simple. Because there is no explanation. That's why.
As I thought, another big waste of this court's time.
Phoenix, you can't just give up like that.
But, Mia...
Rethink things one more time. There has to be an explanation. I am already perfect. So of course, my conclusions are also perfect.
Alright, Phoenix, calm down. And let's try this one more time. Alright, let me check the evidence real quick again. No. Nothing here. No. Okay, here we go. Well, let's try this one. Maya had left the channeling chamber at some point, and the fence can prove this.
Oh, how a foolish fool makes a foolish face while dreaming foolish dreams. Maya Fane was being looked after by her aunt, Morgan Fane. The chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than that detective's salary.
Anyway, let's see some evidence. From the murder until the time of arrest, the defendant had left the room.
Miss Hart, do you remember this key?
Well, I've seen it. Hey, that's a chamber key, ain't it? Well, the challenge started, and Maya locked the door from the inside with that.
The defendant herself locked the door.
Yeah. That's why we all couldn't get the door open. That key's the only one of its kind, after all.
Oh, one of a kind, you say?
Wait. Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Yes? It looks like she's catching on.
I'm afraid to ask, but why is that key currently in your possession?
Eh? What do you mean?
If Maya Fey locked herself in, then the key should have been with her.
Yes, agreed.
However, she did not have the key at the time of her arrest.
Whoa! Well, ain't that a kick? So how come you own it?
I got this as a present from a certain little girl. That little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time.
That's preposterous!
This means that Maya Fey must have left the room. If she had not, then it would not be holding this key, if you ask. I would not be holding this key you see before you.
It seems we have come to an impasse. This picture is clearly captured the face of the murderer. However, this person... Is this the person the defendant or not? The defense is arguing that this person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. Miss Von Kermer,
Oh, can this be?
at this point in time, a verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible.
My perfect case! How's there a flaw in my perfect case? Don't think you're wrong yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I am a prodigy. I have never lost a case. And I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you. I don't care what I have to do. I will get my guilty verdict.
That's enough. If you would like to continue, do so in the lobby. But will we convene tomorrow at 10 a.m.? That is all. Court is adjourned.
June 21st, 1:32 p.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby number 3.
Wow! That was you, Hurley? You summoned my sis? Yeah. I felt it. I had no choice. Great God, Hurley! I knew you were special. Hey, Nick! Do you know?
Yeah. It's not like anyone else in there could have done it.
Oh, Nick? I know you're trying really hard and all, but I really don't remember even leaving the room. And I don't think that third person could have gone into that room.
Yeah. Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Like, what happened in that room, for instance.
Yeah! I'm counting on you! I envy the two of you. Oh, by the way, Nick! Do you think you could take Pearly back home for me?
Sure. Alright, Pearls. You ready to go buy some tickets?
Huh? A ticket?
Poor thing. So sheltered. Alright, and I believe this is where we shall stop for now. Yes, I would like to save. Alright, let's head on over to the crypt. Well, things are getting real interesting. So is it or isn't it Maya? Well, we'll have to figure it out next time. Alright, for now, let us see who there is to raid. Oh, it looks like Spoony Hudson is currently doing Metaphor. Alright, so let me go ahead and set up that raid. Man, it's been a while since we've done a raid. Alright, Alright, well, let's go ahead and do that. Alright, well, with that being said, thank you guys, and I will see all of you in the next one. Bye-bye!